morning, Spencer.
Good morning to you.
We've got 3 great guests on the air with us today as the Mason County 4-H Fall Fair and Ice Cream Social is coming up on the 24th, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But it's also been proclaimed 4-H Week by our Mason County Commissioners. And I have in studio Natalie, Kendra, and Dan. Good morning, y'all. How you doing?
Good morning. Hey there.
Thanks for coming in.
You're
Good to see you. Dan, let's start with you and introduce us to Natalie and Kendra.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having us.
For sure.
Natalie and Kendra are some of our awesome 4-H members right here in Mason County. They're part of a 4-H club, I believe 2 different clubs, and they do various 4-H projects throughout the year. They show at the county fair. They do lots of great things, service projects, and they learn wonderful things in our 4-H program. I thought I'd bring them in to share their 4-H story.
Great. Natalie, let's start with you. Tell us about the club that you're involved with.
I'm involved in Barn Bums. We do a lot of animal activities like horses, dogs, goats, chickens. I don't think we have any cats.
Well, we better get on that, right? Let's add it to the list. It's a whole menagerie. Which is your favorite animal?
I have 2 horses, a dog, and a cat, and a goat.
Wow.
You're not forgetting anybody now. They're listening. You're going to get home, and one of the animals is going to go, wait a second.
You didn't mention me.
You didn't mention me. No, is that right?
I got all of them.
Okay, good. That's great. And what kind of projects have you been working on for 4-H?
Well, my first year that I did the fair, I did my dog.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did my horse. And now, last year, I did my goat.
So what does that mean? You make sure that they're clean and their hair is trimmed and their nails are trimmed, and you get them to stand still for a little while. And
Yes.
okay, cool. Let's see. And then, Kendra, what about you? What clubs are you in here?
I'm in Critters and Creations, and our group is so not everyone has animals, but I have a bunny, and that's what I do.
And what do you do with the bunny?
I show him, I flip him over, I show the judges his teeth, his toenails.
And the bunny lets you do that?
Yeah, you
So
have to
cool.
train him first.
We have a couple of bunnies at home. They're such great
Do they
pets.
do that? Do they let you?
Yeah,
do that?
I mean, they don't know. I should spend more time with them. But our daughter, 11-year-old, it's kind of her and her older brother's rabbits.
And then what about the projects? Is that with the bunny and the showing there?
Yeah, and I also did community service last year for
What'd you
my
do?
project.
Yeah, what'd you do?
I picked up trash. I baked cookies for the police. I cleaned the Scarcella Brothers work trucks, and and I did quilts with my granny.
What? That's awesome.
Really cool. Wow.
How long have you guys been in 4-H? Long time?
I think this is my 5th year.
Wow.
This is my 4th year.
Wow.
That's a long time.
That's great. I see you have an OMS sweatshirt on. Is that where you go?
Mm-hmm.
And what about you, Kendra? Where do you go to school?
You mean Natalie?
Natalie, sorry.
I also go to OMS.
Cool. How's the school year going for you?
Good.
When you walk around, do you have anything that signifies that you're in 4-H and the other kids in the school either ask you about it or are jealous because you're in 4-H and you get to do all these cool things with animals and stuff like that? You go out there and do that stuff?
Well, I have a sweatshirt, but I don't have it on right now because it's dirty.
Well,
That's a good
that's
reason.
what happens when you're in 4-H, right, Dan?
Absolutely.
That's
That doesn't
one of the
stop
whole.
us from dressing like them.
No, it certainly doesn't. Dan, we were talking. The county commissioners proclaimed it 4-H week. Is that right?
Absolutely.
So, what does that mean?
It's a celebration of our program and what it does for the residents of Mason County. It's a great opportunity to look at how 4-H helps young kids and adults learn skills and give back to their community.
One of the things that we've talked about over the years as the Mason County Fair specific has moved on from our area is the ability for kids like Natalie and Kendra to show at fairs. How has that been supplemented in the last few years?
It's been a wonderful transition. The Grays Harbor County Fair and the Grays Harbor County 4-H program has welcomed the Mason County 4-H program into their fair to see it as the Masons County Fair to show for 4-H.
Okay.
So it's wonderful. In fact, it's to the level where the equine team has blended to go to state as Mason and Grays Harbor 4-H.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cool.
Sharing resources, sharing skills and talents, and really building a regional 4-H program.
So the Fall Fair and Ice Cream Social is coming up on October 24th at the Transit Community Center from 5:30 to 7. What are some of the things that folks will be able to do and learn about when they go?
We're going to have a bunch of tables set up, and clubs are going to have a little club booth with an activity. So you can come check out. Lots of our clubs are going to be there. Going to have Lego, robotics going on, some games and activities. Free Olympic Mountain ice cream will be provided.
Oh, wow. Let's talk about that for a second, shall we? What have you guys had to do any taste testing or anything like that when it comes to Olympic Mountain ice cream? Have you had that before?
Yeah,
What's your favorite flavor?
s'mores.
What? I don't know if I've had the s'mores. What about you?
The sherbet.
The sherbet? Is what color sherbet? Red, orange, yellow, green, all of it?
I can't remember.
Oh man. Have you had the banana cream pie one? The banana cream?
Delicious.
That's a good one too. Man, that's a tough committee to be on there. The ice cream tasting committee for the Fall Fair and Ice Cream Social. Games, activities. This is free for folks.
Exactly.
And it is from 5:30 to 7 at the Transit Community Center, 601 West Franklin in downtown Shelton. And where do we go from this? Natalie, tell me, where do you want 4-H to take you moving forward as you grow up a little bit? How much longer are you going to be involved with it? And kind of what's your end goals with it?
I hope to be in 4-H as long as possible. And I don't really know.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Kendra?
Well, I hope to be in 4-H as long as possible, and I hope to meet new people and make new friends.
And goes through high school and all that and beyond.
Exactly,
even,
yeah.
right?
It goes through high school, and we have collegiate 4-H at various colleges as well. And when you're done with all that, you can come back as a volunteer.
That's right.
So it just
That's
keeps
right.
going.
There's a lot of great things about Mason County 4-H, and you can find information. We'll put the links to this in the show notes here. Dan, I know you're on the air all the time, so I'm not going to ask you if you want to say hi to anybody. But Natalie, Kendra, is there anybody out there you want to say? You can even look right into the camera there and wave and say hi to somebody this morning.
I'm okay.
You're okay?
I'm good too.
All right. Well, jeez. You'll hear about that later today too, perhaps. Cool. Awesome. Well, it was really nice to meet you too, and thanks for coming on. And Dan, thanks for bringing them.
Thank you guys very much.
It's Natalie, Kendra, and Dan. We're talking 4-H here today.